The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Chapter 11, The Journey Back to Oz. The Winkies were very grateful to Dorothy and her friends, so they gave them many gifts. They gave the Lion and Toto gold collars. They gave the Tin Man a gold-handled axe and a jewel-covered oil can. They gave the Scarecrow a walking stick with a gold handle, and they gave Dorothy a gold bracelet. It had jewels to match the golden hat she had taken after the witch melted. The journey back to Oz was long and difficult. The winged monkeys had flown the Tin Man and Scarecrow a great distance before dropping them. Dorothy and the Lion had been taken all the way to the castle. They followed the rising sun, but then it became cloudy and the sun was gone. It remained cloudy for several days, but the group continued.
"We have lost our way,"
said the Scarecrow.
"If we walk far enough,"
said Dorothy,
"we will arrive somewhere."
The others didn't look hopeful.
"Let's call the field mice,"
suggested the Tin Man.
"Why didn't we think of that before?"
asked the Scarecrow. Dorothy took out the witch's silver whistle and blew. Soon many gray field mice as well as the Queen herself arrived. "How can we help you?" asked the Queen.
"We are lost,"
answered Dorothy.
"How do we get to Oz?"
"It is quite far," replied the Queen, "because you've been walking in the wrong direction. It will take you many days to reach Oz. Why don't you call the winged monkeys to take you there?"
"The winged monkeys?"
asked Dorothy, not understanding the Queen. "You are wearing the golden hat, so you can command the winged monkeys," said the Queen.
"But how?"
asked Dorothy. "The directions are inside the hat," answered the Queen. After reading the directions, Dorothy put the hat back on her head and stood with her feet apart. She raised her hands above her head and said,
"By my command!"
The magic of the hat changed Dorothy's voice, and the sound scared her and her friends. The King of the Monkeys bowed before Dorothy and asked,
"What is your command?"
"We wish to go to the Emerald City,"
said Dorothy.
"We will carry you,"
replied the King. The monkeys quickly obeyed Dorothy's command, and soon they were flying toward Oz.
"Why must you obey me?"
asked Dorothy.
"It is our punishment,"
replied the King.
"We made mischief on a princess. Her husband gave the golden hat to her on her wedding day. She used the hat to order us out of her kingdom."
"How did the wicked witch get the hat?"
asked Dorothy.
"We don't know,"
said the King.
"but she made us do terrible things. We enslaved the Winkies and drove Oz himself out of the land of the West. Then she ordered us to kill you, but we couldn't because of the good witch's kiss."
"Look!"
shouted Dorothy.
"There's the Emerald City!"
The winged monkeys left Dorothy and her friends at the Emerald City's gate. Dorothy and her friends thanked them for the ride, and the winged monkeys flew away.
"Now we will get what we have been promised,"
said the Scarecrow happily, and they rang the bell.
"What? Back again?"
asked the gatekeeper in surprise.
"You see us, so you know we are here,"
said the Tin Man.
"But you went to visit the witch."
He replied.
"We did visit her,"
said the Lion.
"And she let you go?"
The gatekeeper asked in disbelief.
"She melted, so we were free to go,"
answered the Scarecrow.
"She melted? Who melted her?"
The gatekeeper asked.
"I did, sir,"
said Dorothy quietly.
"My goodness!"
the gatekeeper exclaimed.
"Well, come in, come in."
While the gatekeeper placed special eyeglasses on the visitors, a large crowd gathered. News of the witch's death had spread fast, and everyone wanted to see what Oz would give to the heroes. The soldier went and spoke to Oz, but Oz did not see them that day. Dorothy and her friends returned to their former rooms and waited. Many days passed, and Oz still did not summon them. Tired of waiting, Dorothy and her friends sent a message to Oz. If you do not see us, we will call the winged monkeys and tell them to destroy the Emerald City. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Chapter 12, Toto's Great Discovery. Soon Dorothy and her friends received a message from the Wizard of Oz. It said, "I will see you tomorrow. Do not call the winged monkeys." They all went to sleep and dreamed of the gifts that Oz had promised to give them. The next morning, a soldier came to get them. He brought them into the wizard's throne room, and they were shocked to find it empty. Dorothy and her friends were each expecting to see Oz, as he had first appeared to them.
I am Oz, the great and terrible. Why do you seek me?
Said a deep voice. Dorothy and her friends looked for the speaker, but they couldn't see anyone.
Where are you?
Asked a frightened Dorothy.
I am everywhere,
Answered the voice.
We have come to claim what was promised to us,
Continued Dorothy.
What was promised?
Asked Oz.
You promised to help me get back to Kansas,
Said Dorothy.
And you promised me a brain.
Said the Scarecrow.
You promised me a heart.
Said the Tin Man.
And you promised me courage.
Said the Lion.
Is the witch dead?
Asked the voice.
Yes,
Said Dorothy.
I melted her with water.
Oh dear.
Said the voice.
Well, come to me tomorrow. I need some time to think.
Time? You've had plenty of time to think.
Said the Tin Man angrily.
We won't wait.
Agreed the Scarecrow.
Yes, you must keep your promises,
Said Dorothy firmly. The Lion roared quite suddenly because he thought that this might be a good time to frighten the wizard. Toto was so startled by the roar that he jumped out of Dorothy's arms and darted behind a curtain. The curtain fell open, revealing an old man with a bald head and a wrinkled face.
Who are you?
Asked the Tin Man with his axe raised.
I am Oz!
Said the man, trembling.
Don't strike me!
You are not the wizard I saw,
Said Dorothy.
I was just pretending.
He said. Oz showed Dorothy and the others how he had fooled them. Oz had used ropes to make images appear and disappear, and mirrors to make things appear bigger and smaller. Speakers made his voice sound as if it was coming from all around the room. Oz also told them how he had come to the Emerald City.
Many years ago, I was a balloonist.
He said.
For 2 days and 2 nights, I could not land my balloon. On the morning of the 3rd day, the balloon floated over a strange and beautiful country. The people below saw me come out of the clouds, and they thought I was a wizard. So when I landed, I just let them go on thinking that's what I was, a wizard.
I think you are a very bad man,
Dorothy scolded him.
I am not a bad man, just a bad wizard.
Said Oz sadly.
It's true, I tricked the people into believing I was a wizard, but I have ruled them well.
What about my brain?
Asked the Scarecrow.
I can't give you something you already have.
Said Oz.
Experience will bring you knowledge.
That may be true, but I still want you to keep your promise.
Said the Scarecrow.
Yes, I want my courage.
Demanded the Lion.
You have it already.
Answered Oz.
But I still feel scared.
Replied the Lion.
And I want my heart.
Interrupted the Tin Man.
A heart will only make you unhappy.
Said Oz.
I want to go home,
Said Dorothy. Oz looked at each of them and said,
I have pretended to be a wizard for this long. I guess I can pretend to be a wizard for a little bit longer. Come back tomorrow. I will give the Scarecrow a brain, I will give the Lion courage, and I will give the Tin Man a heart.
What about Dorothy?
asked Dorothy's friends.
I shall have to think about that,
Answered Oz.
I must think of a way to travel over the great desert. I will think of something, but each of you must promise to keep my secret.
They all agreed.